Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in one wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
I need new music.
Discover new music now. JJO.
Joining me today is Brian of Fame on Fire. And really, as I was kind of doing my research on you guys, man, you guys have really made a name for yourself there on YouTube. You guys really got this following going on YouTube. And now here you are with your debut album. Let's talk about that transition.
So Transitions was basically just that we named it Transitions because it was that turning point for us where we were going from doing a lot of covers and getting a following online to transitioning into doing original music and showing, all our fans what we're made of pretty much.
I like this. I was reading in your bio, don't call them a cover band. And I think with the new debut album Levels, you guys really swung for the fence on that to maybe shake that cover band title.
Yeah, for sure. That was a really big thing because everybody was kind of like, some people knew about Transitions, but a lot of people still were into us just for the covers, and rightfully so. And so when we did Levels, people were like, oh, they're more legit than I thought. They actually released an album of completely original music. Now we're at the point where it's like, whenever we play a show or anything like that, people come for the originals. People come to see, our original music. Moving into the next album, Welcome to Chaos, it's right around the corner. Everybody's like, oh, people kind of forgotten that we came from doing covers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And because now it's just pretty much all original music from us.
Obviously the covers are great, but dig in the original stuff and Plastic Heart, awesome song. You can hear that on JJO. We've been playing that and you've been seeing it all over the place. It's crushing it on YouTube, and great video, which by the way, the beard in the video is so on point. Was there some video magic to that? Cause it is just crisp and thick. Oh man.
Yeah. So that was a lot. I don't even know what the hell it's called, but basically when we were getting our makeup done, they just kept filling in. They filled in all our beards, and since I get a lot of close-ups in the video, you really get to see what's going on. So yeah, it was all filled in with makeup, and I had probably a solid 2 pounds of makeup on my face for that video.
You gave me a beard complex. I was like, oh my God, I can't show up in an interview having my beard not look. So good. I'm glad that it was the magic of video.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest. I kind of hated it. I was like, I look so stupid.
The things we do for videos, boy, I tell you.
Pretty much.
And going back again to kind of that start on YouTube and some of the covers, and then now also with your new music, you see a pop influence, a rock, heavy rap. The rap one really intrigues me because you guys have done some really cool covers, and now also in your original music. Where do you think rock and rap, or how they mesh so well together, at least in your kind of musical upbringing?
So for me, it's a lot of rock is heavy and a lot of rap is heavy. There's really, my favorite style of rapping is very aggressive rap. I grew up listening to Little John and the East Side Boys.
Oh yeah.
If you listen to anything Little John's done, it's just it's a hard beat. It's a hard rhythm. It's really aggressive and it's really in your face. A lot of people don't think that way because, it's just rap. But no, Little John was the first person who was out there doing this aggressive style hip hop with essentially screaming over it, And, I grew up listening to a lot of that. And then, as we got older, we're in the South Florida music scene and there's a lot of rap out here. And, that really influenced us individually. A lot of the hip hop production falls on Blake, our guitar player. He does a lot of that stuff. We're all just in it. And, the way that rock and rap kind of work together, it just makes sense to us.
Well, especially like you said, in the South Florida area, that's a huge rap hip hop scene there. So it's cool to see that. Well, how your surroundings affect the music there, and it's such a cool sound and aggressive and heavy, and it's good lifting music is what I say. Gym music. If you need to get amped up, I think you're gonna be all right with this. You're gonna be all right with Fame on Fire.
Yeah, the gym rats love us.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are Fame on Fire.
When I look into your eyes, I can see 1,000 lights.
Discover new music now. JJO.
You mentioned that Blake, your guitarist, does a lot of production, and actually this album Levels, you guys produced, mixed, put all together in a studio you built. Man, that a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this one.
It was interesting. So we started out in we were at we had a pretty big studio. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was a full functioning business. So we started out there. Blake and myself and Paul, our bass player, and Alex, our drummer, we would all sit down and work on music in the studio and, come up with the songs. Well, in the middle of us working on this album, the studio got shut down. So we actually had to take everything from the studio and pretty much stick it in storage and then, set up a studio in my apartment. We finished up the album in my apartment.
Wow.
And we tracked all the vocals in my apartment. We pretty much tracked everything in my apartment because we did all the demos at the legit studio. And then once that went under, we were like, we got to get this shit done. So we went through a period of time with no studio, and then set it up in my room in my apartment, and then just did it all.
Little less arm space and moving space in the apartment, but you guys got it done, and now we have it. So it all worked out in the end.
It did. It was actually kind of great being in the apartment because there was no stress, there was no clients, you didn't have to deal with you didn't have to worry about anybody else. We kind of just drink White Claws all day and write music.
This is a White Claw fueled album. I love it.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite track on the album? One that is just kind of your go-to?
I go back and forth on some things, but I feel like a really consistent one. And obviously the fans would agree with this one. I would say Her Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just love that song. I just love the way it hits. I love that there's a breakdown in it. I don't know. I love the lyrical content of it. Everything about Her Eyes really just checks off all the boxes for me.
Congratulations on the success. Glad you guys got through it. And even in your tiny apartment, all jacked up on White Claws, you were able to get the album done because we all benefit from that there. So, and just keep it coming. I do have a little bit. This is my thing I do with everyone. It's called Rapid Fire. So can we do Rapid Fire with Brian from Fame on Fire?
Of course we can.
Now that we got the important stuff out of the way, the stuff that I'm required to do, this is the dumb stuff. Okay. There's no wrong answers. Just let your heart guide you, Brian.
Okay.
Would you rather fly anywhere at 5 miles an hour or run anywhere at 100 miles an hour?
Run anywhere at 100 miles an hour. I'm a very impatient person. So it's if I'm sitting there at 5 miles an hour, just floating, I'm going to be so annoyed.
Just farting around in the air. Come on.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I would be so annoyed.
All right. Hot dog or chili dog?
Hot dog. Chili dogs is just it's too much.
Especially in that Florida heat, that sticky Florida heat, which I don't know how you guys do it, man. Between the gators and the mosquitoes and the heat.
I'm gonna stop you there. I'm gonna tell you right now. I've been to every single state.
Yeah.
Besides Hawaii and Alaska. Florida wins.
Florida wins.
Florida wins.
Wow.
Florida wins. I'm sorry. There's just so many benefits of living in Florida. Also, we were in Phoenix last week, and I don't know how people do that. Also, last night we were in Knoxville, and it was the hottest day of the year there. Every state gets hotter than Florida does. What the hell is that? And we have ocean breeze in Florida. Well, not all Florida, but at least the part that I live, we have ocean breeze. Yeah, the mosquitoes suck, but it's
so you're a Florida boy through and through. You're gonna stand up for Florida. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah. Yep. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, my state's better than Florida. It's not.
It's not.
Sorry.
Come to the beaches. We got the beaches. It's all right. And iguanas. And iguanas.
Yeah,
we got iguanas down there.
Yeah, and it's really fun. When they freeze, they fall out of trees.
I just read a story about that a couple months ago. It's nuts. So you just be sitting there eating dinner, all of a sudden, iguana, boom, right in front of you.
Yep, it's great.
All right, what else we got? Would you rather see Bigfoot or the Loch Ness Monster?
Probably Loch Ness. I think that'd be cooler because I feel like the scenery would be better too. Yeah. You're not in the middle of Oregon or Washington.
Stuck in the woods somewhere. Would you rather have wiener-sized nipples or a nipple-sized wiener?
I mean, like, I guess the question I really got to ask is how big's the wiener? 'Cause-
That's true. I mean, if you got like a John Holmes big old swing, and I mean, it might prove problematic. But me, after getting out of the pool, I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be okay.
I'm gonna take the wiener sized nipples. I'm sure you could do something with those.
Yeah, I'm sure you could have a one of those weird OnlyFans, fetish pages. You'd be all right. You make it work.
Yeah, I would be fine.
Tape those down when you go for a run. All right, last
Yep.
question. Would you rather fight a man with bear arms or a bear with man arms?
A man with bare arms.
Man with bear arms.
Because, like, I don't know, like, I think of like a big ass bear.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'd rather fight a dude with bare arms.
You get a 5'8" guy with some bare arms. He's not going to know how to handle those things. You get a 10-foot grizzly. You're dead either way.
Yeah, either way.
All right. I'm glad we were able to answer these hard-hitting questions. Thank you for humoring me, Brian. I appreciate it.
The hardest questions I've ever answered.
Again, everyone, Fame on Fire. They're all over the place. Go listen to them. Their debut album, Levels. It's killer, and Plastic Heart all over the place. And I'm sure we're going to hear plenty more and see plenty more from Fame on Fire. Brian, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Brock. I appreciate it, man.
Discover new music now on the homepage of WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. JJO